All right, I am going to go over this assignment number 1 with you. There will be a video here on this page, but I am creating it right now, so you should see a video on this page, but again, it's not there yet. First, I want to review A Hero's Journey really quick. We're not going to get to finish all of Hunger Games, and this TED Talk that we actually started in class is going to finish up what happens in Hunger Games as far as the hero's journey. So first, I want us to finish this minute or so of the video, so I'm going to do that right now.
But let's see how well the Hunger Games fits the hero's journey template. When does Katniss Everdeen hear a call to adventure that gets the story moving? When her sister's name is called from the lottery? How about assistance? Is anyone going to help her on her adventure? Hey, Mitch. What about departure? Does she leave her ordinary world? She gets on a train to the capital. Okay, so you get the idea. What do you have in common with Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo? Well, you're human, just like them. The hero's journey myth exists in all human cultures and keeps getting updated because we humans reflect on our world through symbolic stories of our own lives.
All right, so that's where I'm going to stop that for right now. Okay, so back to the assignment. So Katniss, she goes on this hero's journey, and again, finish Hunger Games while you're out on break if you'd like, but I'm just going to explain kind of how the story works in the hero's journey and then this slide assignment. So you're going to open up this Google slide. Here it is. You'll make a copy of it. You'll put your own name and our block in there. And then you are, as the instructions tell you, going to either use a movie, TV show, or book story you've read and fill this in with the hero's journey. Or you can go ahead and create your own hero and outline his or her journey. Either option is going to get you full credit. It's just whether you like to create stories or whether you like to talk about things that you already know or have seen. I'm just going to go over this with how I'd fill it out for Katniss. You cannot do Hunger Games. We've already watched that together as a class. So I'd like you to use another example. If you want to use another movie from the Hunger Games series, that's fine, or another book, but we're not going to use the first one. The Ordinary World. So in Katniss's story, she starts off in District 12, and she's poor, and they don't have much, and they are gearing up for the Hunger Games. Her allies are going to be Gale, her friend, her mom, and her sister. Before she leaves District 12, we have Peeta, who becomes one of her allies as she goes into the games. Eventually, Rue is going to be an ally. Effie Trinket's going to be an ally to her. Mentor-wise, Haymitch is her most prominent mentor in the story. So I'd explain those relationships in this box. So whatever story you pick, explain who are their friends, who are their helpers. Entering the unknown for Katniss is going to be first when she leaves District 12 and goes to the capital. That's going to be uncomfortable for her. And then next when she enters the actual games themselves. And now that I'm thinking, an ally I forgot to mention is Cinna. He definitely helps her as she's getting ready to go into the Hunger Games. Obstacle number 1, there are so many obstacles that Katniss faces. I have 1 obstacle and 2 obstacles to fill in, so I have plenty to pick from. She can have the fact that she is the one that all of the people in the game are going to go after, that she doesn't really seem to have many friends within the game, that she is worried about her sister going into the games, and that's kind of what calls her to action. She has to help Rue, and then Rue dies. That's definitely an obstacle for her. She gets sick a couple times in the games. Peeta gets sick. That's an obstacle. She has to help him get well. There are so many things that Katniss has to go through. She has to get the things that they need out of the cornucopia. So again, lots of different things that I could name for Katniss. You don't have to name every single problem that your hero faces, but name a few. And then we get to the supreme ordeal. It'll probably be close to the end of your story. And in Katniss's circumstance, this is whether she's going to kill Peeta or not. At the end of the games, right before victor is crowned, either she or Peeta have to kill each other. And she decides that's not what she wants to have happen, that they shouldn't be forced to kill their friends or to kill other people at all. And they have the berries, the nightlock berries, which are poisonous, and they both threaten to take them so that the games don't get a victor, and the games can't go without a victor. They can't have 24 dead tributes. And so at that point, the game maker, Cedric, calls off the games, and this is going to be a big deal because, again, the games have to have a victor. And so at the end, they're taken back. They go back to the Capitol, and we can see that the game maker is going to be killed because someone needs to be punished. And we have this eerie feeling that President Snow is probably going to, have a problem with Katniss in the future. However, at the end of this movie, we see Katniss is okay, Peeta is okay, they are going to be able to go home, they are alive, these are all good things. Again, though, as we know that the story moves on, there are these struggles of what happens next for our heroes. What does their life look like? They are heroes, but they're in danger because they've challenged the Capitol. This isn't a good thing. You could definitely go into other stories if you wanted to, if you know the other Hunger Game books or movies. I'm not going to spoil any of those here on this video, but again, I could go into that. If you're creating your own story, you can kind of create where your story goes next. So just a reminder, you can do a movie you know, or a story you know, or you can write a whole brand new thing about a hero that you create. You'll just make sure you fill in all the blue boxes, and you just click on it to fill it in. And then this last part, I would like for you to find pictures either from the movie, story, book, TV show, and just tell me, for instance, if it's a hero battling someone, you can say this is one of the obstacles. If it is a hero entering a new world, you could say this is their departure or them leaving home. If it's the guy getting the girl, you can say, this is his reward for his journey. 3 pictures. If you've created your own story, just go on to Google and find some pictures that you think match up well with your story. Get creative there. And then once you're done, you're just going to upload this Google slide to Canvas, just like you typically do for an assignment. If you have any trouble with the uploading, just message me and let me know, and I will help you out with that. But that is what you need to do to complete this Google slide presentation, and it is worth 20 points, which is a pretty good chunk of your grade, so make sure that you are getting this task done.